I'm Cassadie. I'm one of the horticulture apprentices here at Yew Dell, and I'm here today with my sister Caleah, and we're going to talk about pollinators, specifically bees, and a really simple way that we can help play our part in making sure that these bees are able to do their jobs, pollinate. Something that a lot of people don't really think about is the fact that bees, just like a lot of other living things, need water. And bees are important for a lot of reasons. Caleah, what are a few ways that bees help us and why they're really important and why we should help them?
A few reasons that we need bees around is because not only do they create new life by pollinating all the plants, but they pollinate our food, which we need to survive as well.
So we benefit from each other pretty much. And something that a lot of people really should do is try to attract these pollinators to your garden. So like Caleah said, they can help us in producing things that we need to survive, like our food and things like that. So I'm sure as a lot of people really enjoy about the summer, Caleah, what's one of your favorite things to do during the summer?
Probably swimming and going to the lake.
Yeah. I really like to swim too, especially on the really hot days like we had earlier this week. But something about bees is they're not really great swimmers. So really important thing whenever you're making a watering station to help support these bees in their work is that we make sure we put either like marbles or rocks or something like that that's going to elevate from the water so that the bees aren't having to try to work super hard to get to this water and swim, which they really can't do that well. So like I talked about, we're gonna do a little craft today where we're gonna make a simple watering station for our bees and pollinators. And it's just a really easy and cheap way to play your part in helping to make sure these bees can do their work and to save them and make sure they're not getting overexhausted while they're out helping us with everything. And if you have one around your home or garden, it's gonna help bring them to you. So your station can really be as simple or fancy as you want, and a lot of the supplies that you need for making these stations you can just find around your house, especially if you have a lot of like extra like gardening supplies and stuff like that. So like I said, you can use any kind of like shallow bowl, any kind of dishes that you just have laying around that you don't really use anymore, baking pans, just really anything. The important thing is that it's shallow because like I said before, the bees need to be able to have something to land on in these shallow surfaces that they're going to use to sit on while they're drinking water. So today I just have an extra terracotta plant saucer. These usually go under pots to catch water. A lot of us have extra ones of these. I know personally whenever I go to the store I usually buy a few because I feel like I always need them. But if you have one that's plastic or terracotta, either one of them works, or like I said, just any kind of like shallow bowl or something like that. And then the next thing that we're going to add is these marbles that we have. I believe they're used for when we do like wreaths and things like that, different activities out here at Yew Dell. But if you have any kind of extra marbles like these or rocks around your house, or I know a lot of us just have rocks like sitting around outside, especially like the small ones that you see here in the sunken rock garden. They can be big or small, just anything that's going to help for the bees to land on when the water is in the dish. I'll give you that. And then another thing that you can do that's going to help with the bees and pollinating and stuff, I'm going to put those in. Sweet. Is to make sure that this surface, you can have it on the ground, but it'd probably be more encouraging to them if you had it near where they're working so that they can be hydrating and working in a more fluid kind of pattern. But a really easy way to kind of elevate this if you don't have any empty like tables or surfaces to sit it out on outside is an empty extra pot that you have. So like the saucer, I have this terracotta pot. But you can use any kind of pot you want, and if you use this route, you can paint the pots and make them as cute and unique as you want and prefer. So what you'll do is you'll just take the pot, and if you want it plain or afterwards, just whenever you're finished with whatever your preference is, you'll just flip it upside down like this. And then whenever you get done with your saucer or bowl or whatever you're going to use, you'll just put some kind of glue or sealant on it, and you'll place it on top, and then it'll sit on it. So we're almost done filling our bowl. Sweet. So we have the marbles all in our bowl, and we'll take this and just sit it on top. Right now I'm not going to add any glue or anything, but like I said, just to have it more stable and stuff like that, you would want to put some kind of glue on the bottom. But this way it's raised up a little bit and it looks really nice. So the last and probably most important step is to add your water. We want to make sure that the water, that we're keeping these bowls and stuff clean, so periodically just checking it for any kind of like debris or dirt that's gotten in there. We want to keep it generally fresh, so just as much as you can, just checking it for the level of water that it has in it and things like that. But you'll just pour water in. And you don't want it to be above the marbles or rocks, obviously, because you want them to be able to land on it and drink from it. So this is what the finished product will be. Super simple, but also super cute in my opinion. So like I said, we had these clear marbles, and so the bees will just be able to land on top of them where the water is just a little bit below them, and they'll be able to land and then drink the water from there. So super easy, super simple, but super helpful. This is what we did today, and like you did with the sealant on the bottom, you can also do a spray sealant on the marbles to keep them in place, or rocks that you choose if you want there to be more spacing in between them. This one we just did mostly full. Thank you all for watching our video today. We hope that this has been helpful and that you all will either today or sometime soon be able to create your own watering station for the bees.